Clayton Kershaw's first Normathon. He's back this year. Clayton Kershaw is the finest pitcher on planet Earth. Um, though I'm wondering something. Has anybody ever had a season as good as you had that didn't win the Cy Young?
Well, thanks for having me again. This is
That's
awesome. It's funny that Zach had a better year than I did, Grinky, on our team, and just amazing the type of year that he and Jake both had. Obviously happy for Jake, another Texan guy winning the Cy Young, so that's pretty awesome. But those two guys were on a different level for sure. So I think, I was obviously a distant third, but it was fun to watch those two guys.
I'm sorry, but I wouldn't call that a
A
distant
distant third. Yeah, come on, man.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, not buying what you're selling. Clayton. Sorry.
Now, we've been here since 6 o'clock broadcasting, and we've had a good crowd ever since the doors open. But Clayton Kershaw sits down, and now everyone pulls out the phones. There's flashes going everywhere. You think a professional athlete is sitting here or something. I mean, I don't know. They didn't take pictures of us, Norm. Clayton's here, and boom.
For good
Everyone's
reason.
going, oh, for great reason. For great reason.
Would you, by the way, Donovan, would you be able to tell from looking at Clayton that he is an Under Armour athlete?
Free stuff, guys. Stuff to beat, free clothes. I'm not the best shopper in the world, so.
Speaking of which, I was going to finish with this. We'll get to baseball in a second and Africa in a minute, which has become a country of heart for Ellen and Clayton Kershaw. You are now a spokesperson for Subway. What's the deal they make you with Subway? How many free Subways can you have in a year?
It was a big deal. I'll show you right now. I got this card. It looks like an American Express black card. It's so heavy duty. Oh man, I might not have it right now, but it's probably the best thing of the whole thing. You can walk in there, pop it in, and get as much as you want. It's awesome. I don't know if you get as much as you want, but it's pretty good.
Just tell them to keep stacking it on. Keep stacking it. Keep stacking it.
Oh man, let's go to the season first of all. Okay, you had a fabulous season. Greinke had a fabulous season, yet you didn't win this year. People looked at the Dodgers. The Dodgers spent way more money than anybody else in baseball, and you didn't win. When the season was over, and you look back on it, what do you think happened to your club?
Yeah, we had a good team again. I think it's something that we obviously need to look at. The talent's obviously there. We're making it to the playoffs. We're winning the division. Things are just different. The Mets, we ran into a good team, obviously, starting with their pitching staff and what they were able to do. And, Murphy getting hot like he did, hitting those home runs and stuff like that. That was obviously, we were up against it there for a little bit. But, we had our chances, especially in that Game 5. DeGrom wasn't as good as he had been the first few innings. And we had a chance there at the end. And ultimately, the better team won. The Mets beat us, and nothing that we did. It's just more that what we didn't do to win the game.
Is there any added pressure playing A in LA and B with that high payroll and you guys have a really good team and you're expected to win all the time? Is that added pressure for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think it's awesome. I don't know anything different being in LA. That's the only place I've played. It's fun. It's a fun atmosphere. People expect to win, and that's important. We can kind of feed off those expectations. We're not expected to not win the division and go deep in the playoffs and things like that. So, it's what you make of it, but I like it. I think it's kind of that added pressure that you kind of like a little bit.
In that city of stars, are you? I don't want to say are you one, but are you recognized a lot if you go out and go to Kroger or something to go get some mango, or are you hassled at the checkout line?
No, I guess it might be picking up a little bit, but there's so many things to do in LA. We got the beach, we got movie stars, all that stuff. So, I find myself running into people that I want an autograph for more than I do.
You kind of see each other.
Yeah.
Go, hey!
So do you still get that? Who's that with Kobe?
I like finding the movie stars. We don't get to see it a whole lot, but if we find one or see a TV person, my wife and I like a lot of TV shows, so I'll be the first to run up there, and I'll probably just say I'm a big fan and walk away. But it's fun to see for sure.
So no pics, who's the
one? I'm a big experience guy. I'm not into the selfies. I'm not into the pictures. I like just the experiences. I think that's pretty cool.
So who was the one star that made you nervous? You're sitting at a restaurant and you go, oh my God, that's
man.
Who was that?
We had I think probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I think maybe not in my life. I had a daughter. That was pretty cool. But I think probably one of the coolest things was couple years ago, I was fortunate enough to get to throw a no-hitter, and there's a lot of congratulatory tweets and things like that, and Justin Timberlake tweeted something, "Go Doyers" or Dodgers, and Kershaw threw a no-hitter, and he's my guy, he's my man crush, that's my thing, and that was unbelievable
Dude,
to
we
see
may have
that.
to fight over that because I have a man crush on him
He's
also.
unbelievable,
Yeah.
unbelievable. I've never gotten to meet him or anything, but that was pretty awesome.
Oh, you can set that up. You're Kershaw, man.
Oh, you got his number for
Just
me?
call
What do
me.
you
Yeah,
want me to
just
do? What
call
do you do?
me,
Yeah,
man.
okay, yeah.
By the way, how's fatherhood? Your
Yeah.
daughter will turn 1 in late January.
Yes, it's awesome. Oh my gosh, she's the coolest. I'm never bored anymore. It's so much fun, and she's getting a little personality now. She's walking around and laughing and taking a few steps. I wouldn't say walking around, but it's pretty awesome.
She's at that stage where every step is followed by, "Oh my God, she's going to fall."
Yeah,
Yes,
she's
I
right there.
understand,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's right there.
Kind of like Norm. Yeah. Sorry about that, Norm.
Now, Mike passed me a note about Clayton Kershaw, and we've got to confirm this because sometimes you get the Twitter world sends this stuff out, and it is or isn't true. Are you the great nephew of Clyde Tombaugh, who discovered Pluto?
You got my Wikipedia up there or what? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean it's there. Is that,
That is a fact. That is fact. Yeah. My mom's maiden name is Tombaugh, and that's her uncle. And I never got to, or I think I did meet him when I was maybe a baby, but he died before I got to know him. And but yeah, he discovered Pluto. So when that whole Pluto isn't a planet thing came around, I got pretty upset.
You took it personally.
I did.
so I have to ask this question. I've never even considered this. How does one discover a planet?
That's a great question. I don't have the brains to know that, but
That's two of us, by the way.
yeah, he.
Add me on that.
probably
Yeah,
three,
yeah. And how do you name it Pluto?
That's a good question. I need to know more. Don't quiz me too much, but I do know I have a great uncle and he discovered Pluto, so that's pretty cool. I'll stick with that.
All right. I also heard, Clayton, before we get into baseball stuff, that you are pretty handy with the ping pong paddle.
Yeah, I do like it a lot. I just people have been telling me that Rick Carlisle is just the absolute man at ping pong, and telling me that he's got certain rules and things like that. I'm not anywhere near that.
Right.
I play very American. Throw it up, hit it, and then volley and. But I can hold my own. I'm okay.
Well, we have someone here that has the experience of getting whooped by Carlisle.
Okay.
And that's Mike Soroy.
Yeah, he was telling me.
challenge,
He was
yeah,
telling me. Yeah.
I told him I beat him. I was lying. I was trying to impress Kershaw.
Well, I was there and he got drilled. So
I won a game. Okay. Now, whether or not he let me win that
think he
game,
had-
I don't know.
I think he had his eyes closed throughout the whole game.
He was beating me so bad he let his daughter step in and play. Yeah. I think she was better than me, too.
Clayton, the one thing I have to tell you about Rick Carlisle is tell you how serious he is. When we started discussing setting this thing up, we started discussing equipment. I said, "Where'd you get your paddle?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Well, it was a gift from, I don't remember the guy's name.
God, what's the name? The
who
German.
was the world champion gave me this. If the world champion gives you the paddle, you're
Yeah.
serious.
Timo
Yeah.
Boll.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm not there. Yeah.
But
not-
you have
not there at
your
all.
tournament, though, and you have a ton of celebrities come out there. What celebrity is actually really good at ping pong?
Yeah, so we do a charity event here, and then one in LA, and the one in LA is a ping pong tournament, and it's a ton of fun. We get a lot of people to come out. There's one guy, an actor in the TV show Dallas.
Okay.
That his name's Josh Henderson, and he it's a doubles tournament, but he's won the past 2 years with his partner. So I think him and Oral Hershiser were the winners this year. Oral's pretty solid. He's not a bad player.
Would you ever like to play Carlisle?
No, not. No,
Just
thank
hearing
you.
the stories.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Consider what's happening here.
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw is a guy that when you say to hitters, "Do you want to face him?" and the hitters say, I don't want any part of that, man. I just don't want any part of it." So we've now got somebody that Clayton Kershaw doesn't want any part of.
Yeah, I'm not there. I don't want it. I don't want it at all.
Yeah, start with Soroy.
Yeah.
He'll be a good matchup, and you can just
Let me
end
know
it
where
right
I'm at.
there.
Okay,
All
perfect.
right.
All right. Good.
All right, now I wanted to know when it comes to guys like Norm, when Norm brought up the fact that there are guys out there that they just don't want to face you at all on the mound. Now, when you're on the mound, is there one guy that comes to the batter's box, and you say, "Oh my good gosh, here we go"? you know it's just going to absolutely be a battle. And it may not be someone really big, but someone that maybe just has your number.
Yeah, and it's not something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to face him. I just know he's going to get a hit. It's just what it comes down to. And Dexter Fowler, for some reason, he came back to the National League this year, so I had to face him again. And he was with the Rockies forever, and so they're in our division, so I had to face him a ton. And then he got traded over to the Astros, and I was very excited about that. I didn't have to face him anymore. And then sure enough, back to the Cubs, and he'll either line out really hard right at somebody or he'll get a hit. So it doesn't matter what I throw. Best pitches, worst, he just gets a hit. So I don't know what it is, Dexter. If you're listening, just let me know. But
tell him to stop.
He's a free agent right now, so I'm hoping some American League team that I don't have to face anymore.
You're leaving him notes about how wonderful it is at Oakland at this time of the year.
Yes, exactly. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Flip that question over. Is there a really good hitter that you say to yourself, for some reason, this guy can't handle me?
I'm not answering that because then he'll get a hit the next 4 times. I'm not answering that. There's no way. There's always guys that you have some success with for whatever reason, but you face them enough, they're going to get their hits. So I'm not answering that one.
Do you want to know who's got the highest batting average against you?
Okay. How many at bats, first of all?
10 or more, let's say, because there's a few guys with 1,000. I hate to tell you.
10 or more at bats.
Yeah.
With 1,000 batting average?
Yeah, but there's one for
one
one.
hit.
For one.
One for one.
You couldn't handle Blake DeWitt.
Blake DeWitt. 10 or more at bats. Does Adam Dunn have 10 at bats?
Adam Dunn is a lefty, shockingly.
Yeah, he's got like 4 homers, I think.
Oh God, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no
sorry.
problem.
Sorry, Clayton Kershaw. He's 8 for 13 with 4 homers and 9 ribbies.
This is a fun game. Let's keep doing it. Yeah, this is great. This is awesome.
Who else you got?
Yeah.
Who beats up Clayton Kershaw?
Yeah, this is great. Brandon Phillips is probably on there.
Let's see. Chris Stewart is on there.
Yeah.
Oh, then Dexter Fowler, the only guy with significant at bats. He's 18 of 44.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Good
Sorry,
Lord.
pal.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
So anyway, thanks for coming to Normathon.
Yeah, all right. I'm sure you enjoyed this visit.
I'm going to go practice.
As a hitter, who do you beat up?
That's a good question. I think that's probably not a good one to answer either. I got a few hits off Kyle Kendrick this year.
Uh-huh.
I got 2 or 3 knocks off him. But I like hitting like everybody else. Hitting in Colorado is fun, so I enjoy hitting there. I got a lot of hits there, but a lot. I got like 8 total, but I got some. But Kyle, I think I have a few hits off of.
Colorado's a great place to hit, though.
It's a beautiful. Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful ballpark. I love it there. Pitching is, I've gotten used to it. I've started to figure it out a little bit, but I like going there.
I'm just glad to see Clayton as a pitcher. When you hit, you don't look as awkward as other pitchers. I've always wondered, like, you want to go out there and take batting practice, right? That's something that you want to do.
Sure it is. But yeah, it's batting practice and then taking grounders. I take grounders at shortstop a few days a week and get to hit every home game. That's my favorite part of the day. I feel like a little kid doing that. That's awesome.
So if you guys are losing like 17-1, you tell Skip on your day off, play a little shortstop. They may have the shortstop pitch. You can play shortstop.
Yeah, once again, practice. I can make it look okay in practice. Gets the speeds up a little bit. It's a little more difficult.
I want to go to what has become fairly well known about Clayton Kershaw, and that is you have a routine. I mean, your routine is very simple. It's not a superstition. It's a routine. Tell us about you're going to the bullpen for a start. What's your routine in the bullpen?
34 pitches.
34 total, exactly.
34.
All right.
And same sequences, wind up, stretch, do the same thing. And I think more than anything, it's just if I pitch bad, I don't really have an excuse like, well, I didn't do this day or I did something different today. If I do the same thing for those 4 days in between and work the same amount, do the same amount, and I don't pitch well, I can just, at least I don't, have to think about it at the end of the day. I did something different, it's just I didn't have it that day. And so that's pretty much more than anything why I do the things that I do. Everybody
knows, though. Your catcher in the bullpen knows. Everybody knows the exact sequence you're going to use in warming up.
Yeah. I've been there a long time. Honey's been there a long time, our pitching coach, and AJ's been there a long time, and Yaz even's figured it out. So, people are figuring it out.
Have you ever discussed the wonderful moment that I was a part of years ago when Rick Honeycutt decided he wanted to scuffed the baseball? Did he tell you the story of the thumbtack?
You know, Honey is one of my favorites of all time. He is the greatest, and I'm thankful he's coming back. You know, we lost our whole coaching staff, and thankful that he'll be back. He's the only holdover, I think. So we've talked a little bit. You know, no pointers or anything about what to do, but just kind of, you know, he's a little bit shy about it, obviously.
Well, he was not having a very good year. He was a member of the Rangers, who were not having a very good decade. And he was struggling, and it was a night in Seattle, and Honey decided he's left-handed, so he was going to put a thumbtack with the flat part against his middle finger of his right hand. And he would then use the thumbtack to scratch the ball a little bit, okay? Now, there's only one problem Rick encountered. He went to the bullpen, warmed up, worked out a nice sweat, took his hat off, took his glove off, took his hat off, and inadvertently rubbed his right hand across his forehead, cutting this big old ditch in his forehead. Then went out to the game, got lit up, and was gone in the first inning. It was not a successful attempt to scratch the ball.
You got to give him some points, though, just for trying.
Hey,
You got to give him some
it
points.
was inventive,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
it
creative.
was inventive. It
Yeah.
was creative.
Yeah, good for. I mean, yeah, give him points. He pitched till he was like, 40. I
Oh my
think.
God.
Yeah, he was 20 seasons. At that point, you just throw whatever you can up there to get him out.
So 15 years from now, when you're in your early 40s and your fastball's declined all the way to 94, 95 miles an hour, and you're saying, I got to find a little something extra, we find Clayton Kershaw fingernailing the threads on the ball or things like that?
If I can lift my arm in 15 years, that'll be incredible. I'm just hoping I can make it about 8 or 10 more. That's my goal. 15 would be a bonus.
Tell you what, when we come back, even at a young age, Clayton Kershaw and his wife Ellen have established a care for humanity that's amazing. And we're going to talk about Africa and what the Kershaws are doing in Africa. When we come back, visiting with the Dodger star pitcher Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
The Normathon.